Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth.
Hi, I'm Carol Gibson and I've got George Fry with me today.
I've been asked to do a demonstration of one of the guide portraits, so I'd love to now show you the way it works and the way that Spirit works through me.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. I'm curious, what is a guide exactly? I mean, I'm aware that you do spirit guides as drawings, but what is a guide?
Okay. A guide is, in a sense like us, it's a spiritual being. The difference is it's not in a physical form, it stays in the spiritual essence. Okay. And when we come down here onto the planet to work through our karma and our lessons, we don't come empty-handed, so to speak. We actually have spiritual guides with us.
I see. So, do we have more than one guide, or is there just one that we have with us all the time? How does that work?
Well, usually you have one that's with you all the way through your life, but you also have others that come in at different times to take you through different experiences.
Right, yeah. That sounds to me like it depends on what's going on for you at the time, is that right? I mean, I heard one or two things, but I don't know for sure.
Right, well basically, before you come in, you've made a pre-life program of what you want to achieve in your life. And your guides are privy to that, they're aware of that. And they come in at certain times when the situation is appropriate to take you through that experience, through that growth period.
So before I even get here, I have some knowledge of that, is that what you're saying?
That's right, yes.
I see. Okay, so they have a purpose then, is that right?
Basically, as it says, they guide us through. They remind us. They keep bringing to us in different forms, in different ways.
They remind us, like they have a pre-knowledge or something?
They have a script. They have the script that we had before we came in of what we intend to achieve. So they're party to that script, and they wish to remind us if we're wandering off the path a little bit. They bring in situations and opportunities for us to learn what we choose to learn.
I see. And what about angels? I mean, is that the same as guides?
No, angels is a different energy. The angelic energy, angels as such have never been in incarnation, whereas as guides have had past lives, previous lives with us. They've grown beyond the need to come back, but they work with us from that higher realm.
So will I have a guide?
You'll have more than one guide.
Really?
You'll have a number of guides. We have one main guide that comes with us and is what some call the gatekeeper.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah.
The gatekeeper. So what's the gatekeeper do?
The gatekeeper is the one, the main one that's going to be with you all through your life. But what they do is they bring in specialists.
Specialists?
Yeah, specialists. People, guides that may have been with you in a past life, who know you in certain areas and know certain of your qualities, etc.
Right.
They will bring them in to take you through certain situations. They virtually are your organiser, if you wish, and bring in specialists when required.
So in some ways it sounds like, you know, my guides know more about me than I do.
Definitely.
Like, I hear what you're saying about there's lots of past lives which are very difficult to take in, very difficult to understand when you're not used to it.
Yeah.
But it sounds like, you know, you do this all the time, every day, and you draw these guides. What kind of reaction do you get from people who come to you?
Oh, all sorts of reactions. A lot of the guides take on a form that is very reminiscent to the person. The most common reaction I get is, oh, that's very familiar to me, I know that person, that guide, yeah. Or sometimes they look like members of their family or their loved ones.
I see. Are you saying then that usually when people come to you, are they on the spiritual path anyway, or do you get people coming to you who have just no idea at all, who come in cold, so to speak?
Well, most people have had some interesting, should I say, experience or so, and I want him to know more.
Yeah.
And then they've probably done a little bit of reading, or what they do in lots of cases, they come to the mind, body, spirit shows that are now running all over the country. And they'll see me there, and they'll see the guide pictures around me.
Yeah.
And they'll be intrigued, they'll be wanting to know what their guide looks like.
Yeah, I can imagine that, you know, they've had some experience and it's like, well, I must go and talk to somebody, perhaps, you know, have a look round and they'll be drawn to the Mind Body Spirit exhibitions, I guess.
That's right, yeah.
So how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing this since '96, when I had an experience with a guide way back then.
I see. So that's how you came into it?
That's how I came into it, yeah, originally, yeah. Yeah. Up till then I was quite a confirmed atheist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that experience shocked me enough into moving beyond my closed mind at that time. So I wanted to know more.
Yeah, yeah. So the curiosity grows. Do you feel that there's still much more to learn, or do you feel like you've seen everything? You know, how does that work?
I've seen nothing yet.
Really?
Working with the guides for, well, over 10 years, 11 years now or more, I'm still surprised each time I do a reading. There is, usually they show me some twist, some extra information, some extra knowledge, some extra ways that they work with us which were totally new to me.
Seeing some of the drawings that you've done with the different guides on the stand that you have, there's so many, there's some that are familiar, you know, maybe characters from the past, historical figures, and there are some that look like, the best way, like celestial beings. So, can you tell me a bit about that?
Right, well, the guides, as I say, the guides take on a form, actually. It's that reminds us of our past lives. But they're projecting that image to you. They can take on many forms because they've had many lives, the same way we have. And they project an image that is to do with the situation, usually, that we're going to work with. They project through certain qualities, certain ways of being, certain archetypal figures, in a way, that will help us with situations we need to work with. And usually that is a past life memory, in a way like saying to us, look, we've shared this life together, you can trust me, I've worked through these kind of situations with you before, I'm here again, only this time in spirit form, to take you through that situation again. Some of them are, like you say, in a more angelic appearance. They have a more angelic appearance, and that means is usually that they're showing you more the state they're in now in the spirit realm. They don't need to tie you in or connect you to a particular period in the past.
I'm aware as you're talking that, you know, you're working with a client and you have to explain all this to the client. When you're on the drawing or as you're doing the drawing, and you're having to explain some of what you just told me about what this is about.
That's right, yeah. It's usually afterwards, during the period when I'm actually doing the drawing. As much as possible, I'm so focused on the picture that I'm virtually in a trance state then.
Really? So what's actually happening to you? Is it that when you feel your hands on you, you feel somebody with you?
It works in a number of ways. Sometimes my hands are being moved, I feel like I'm a puppet, and spirit are actually working with me directly through my hands. Other times I can see in my psychic eye, I can see the spirit, and I'm drawing from that vision I've got. You know, it works in different ways depending on the guides and the person that's sat next to me.
I sometimes wonder as I'm talking to you whether you feel that, are you aware of what's real and what isn't real as you sat there? Because I'm just imagining you've got all these maybe visions coming in of pictures in your mind, because you're very creative as well, of how much you're aware.
Yeah, I'm working on